Hey folks, Mark here again, cooking the books. You know how I do. You notice I'm a little, my energy level's a little low. I'm exhausted. I've been just sitting here reading all day. My eyes are killing me. I'm really just like tired, but this is what I love to do. So, this is my past. This is like I wouldn't even say it's a pastime. It's just my time. This is what I do. Like, I just love to sit around and study Roger Penrose, how the universe works, Einstein and Niels Bohr. I was just reading some of Niels Bohr, some Thomas Young, and their debates. Niels Bohr and Einstein debating whether waves are particles, or light is a wave or it's a particle, wave particle duality. Like, I love stuff like that. It's just, you know what I mean, whatever. But anyway, so here's some advice I want to give. Maybe it'll be useful to you, maybe it won't. The word change. I just want to take a few seconds or a few minutes to just kind of speak on the word change. A lot of time, problems that we have as human beings. This is just a very generic, very generalized statement. It's not particularly aimed or tailored to any specific or particular person. Change is a word that the very word itself is an aggressive term. It carries a very aggressive tonality. Change, right? Change. You can't really say that word in a non-aggressive, within a non-aggressive manner. Even if you try to be very passive with the word change, the very vibrations in the word itself is charged, and it's a very loaded term, right? If a woman says he's trying to change me, like, immediately antennas will just start going up, right? All women would probably rally around that woman. Doesn't matter what the change is. It could be he's trying to change me from stop smoking cigarettes, from stop killing myself. It doesn't even matter. They wouldn't even want to find out context. No context. Change. The minute they hear the word change, immediately antennas go up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, yo, let's go. The beehive is coming, right? So here's the thing, folks. I'm going to show you how to embrace change, trick your mind into embracing the word change. This is what you got to do. And I'm not talking, this is not just about relationships. It's just in general, again, very general, very generic. It could be relationships with your family members that they want you to change some habits, whether it's, smoking, drinking, whatever. Use your imagination. Just concentrate on the word change and the kind of blowback. Like, if you've been living long enough, you know that change always entails. There's a lot of, it could be volatile, right? That word can cause a lot of emotions to become very volatile, right? And here's why, real quick. I'm gonna take a few seconds to tell you. Two words I like to throw out there that we might want to employ when we're having conversations with ourselves, right? Or with family members, friends, whatever. Habits that we want to change within ourselves that we have a difficult time with because subconsciously we're thinking we don't want to change. We hate the word change. Or if you're in a relationship, same thing. The word change. You hate the word change. Fellas, if you're talking to your ladies, if you're talking to your man, here's the words that we can use, right? Because words are so powerful, and they matter. They trust me. Words are powerful, and they very much matter. Listen to this. Instead of telling a person to change, instead of telling yourself they need to change, instead of telling yourself you need to change this and you need to change that, try this word. And it's very passive. It flows off the tongue so elegantly and eloquently and articulately. I love it. Evolution. Evolutionize. See how nice it just makes me feel good saying that. It just cascades off the tongue. Evolutionize. It flows. Evolutionize. I think evolutionize is a term. I don't know if it's a term. But evolution. Evolve. Right? Don't tell yourself you need to change. Again, the subconscious thinking, that word change, is immediately going to cause a defense mechanism to take place in your own sub, right? If you tell yourself, man, I need to change this, naturally on a sub level, you're going to put up a resistance. And that subconscious thinking, which you're not aware of, is going to stop you from making the necessary change. So whether the change is okay, it's, everybody makes New Year's resolutions or whatever. I don't do that. I do daily resolutions. I do believe in resolutions, but not New Year's. I like to do my weekly goals, my daily goals, my monthly, whatever, right? Every day you should set goals, right? Little tiny goals to big goals. So, rather than tell yourself, listen, I need to change this about myself in 2020 or 2015 or whatever, I need to change this. Say, I need to evolve. I need to evolve from this state where I'm at right now. I'm now in my 40s doing stuff that I was doing when I was 30. I have yet to evolve. Then there's another term that's also less threatening, less aggressive than change, adaptation, which is a part of evolution, right? Natural selection, right? I need to evolve. I need to adapt. I'm now a 40 semi-year man, right? I need to adapt a certain psychology that fits a 40 plus year old man. I need to adapt to my current age, status, conditions, whatever. So adaptation sounds less threatening. Sweetie, listen, you got to be able to talk to your woman, gentlemen. Ladies, you got to be able to talk to your man. It's we need to evolve. This can't. You know what I'm saying? We got to adapt. We got to adapt certain ways of thinking, certain ways of speaking, certain ways of being. So when you use terms like that, it's less threatening. You're going to be met with less resistance. Okay, look, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a salesman. I've been in sales for, again, practically my whole life. I've always been selling, whether it's now I'm selling stocks, right, bonds, and I'm on a whole nother level of sales, but I've always been in sales. So one thing you learn is that the words, it's not what you say, but how you say it, right? We all heard that one. And then the words that you use, every single word has a certain charm, a certain charismatic quality, a certain je ne sais quoi nature about it, right? That it factor. The French call it je ne sais quoi, right? So it's the words you specifically speaking. I want to talk about, like I said, the word change. If we can learn to not use that word amongst ourselves, use other words like evolve and adapt and so on and so forth, it will make your adaptation. It will make your enhanced, your better version of yourself, the transition, much more smooth, right? There'll be a smoother transitioning. And here's another thing: when for the people out there who are watching this video who have this resistance to change, who don't want to change, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Here's what you got to understand. Again, back to evolution. You are meant to evolve. So you are meant to change. But if you don't like the word change because it's loaded, then again, substitute it with evolve. You are meant to evolve. You are meant to grow. Growth, evolution, same difference, right? You are meant to evolve. You are meant to adapt, right? That's why the giraffes became giraffes. Over a period of time when their environment changed, right? They passed on genes to their offsprings that those genes adapted to trees, which is their food, being in higher grounds as opposed to their previous environment. And these changes came about as acts of God, whether it be a storm, a tsunami, an earthquake, or the migration or the immigration of predators that weren't there are now present. So now they had to move to other areas where their food wasn't as easy to reach. And through over years and years and years and passing on what's called alleles, which are variations of their genes, these genes varied in the sense that now their necks became elongated to adapt to their environment. You see what I'm saying? So adaptation, you got to adapt. I think it's in Switzerland or New Zealand. I'm tired. I've been doing this all day. I'm exhausted. I read this years ago. I think, don't quote me on the exact place. I'll get back to you guys and let you know. I think it was in New Zealand. They call them the flightless birds. And there's a whole bunch of birds, and I think it's New Zealand. Again, don't quote me on the exact geographical location. I'll get back to you with the facts. But the moral is this, though. It could be New Zealand, it could be Brooklyn, it could be Queens. It doesn't even matter. The point is this. There's a particular place in New Zealand where there's a bunch of birds that cannot fly. They walk around. If you research this stuff, look it up. They call featherless, flightless birds. They call them flightless birds. They're legitimate birds, but they cannot fly. None of them can fly. And when I saw this, I'm a curious mind. I'm very curious. So I said, well, why they can't fly? They birds. Why they can't fly? And this is very important right here. Check this out. The reason they can't fly is because there's no predators. There's no predators in their environment. So their evolution stopped at just them walking around, Because, see, the predators allow you to evolve. Your predator, oh, I'm preaching now. Your predators, meaning your haters, allow you to evolve. Those birds can't fly because there's no threat. There's nothing gnawing away at their heels. So their wings never expanded, their feather never grew, and they just walk around like stupid birds. Like I know, like how you a bird and you can't fly. But the moral is this: you're gonna. This is why, man. This is like I just want to talk about change, but this is when went completely left or sideways, whatever. Not completely left, but sideways. This is still good. So this is why in life you need your haters, folks. This I wasn't going there, but the spirit is leading me. This is why it's so important to have a few haters around. Not in your personal space, but you. It's good to have some haters around because if the birds can't fly in New Zealand because there's no predators, their predators would be you and our haters, right? Because their predators want to kill them, eat them. So clearly, it's not their friend. So your haters are their predators. Their predators are your haters. So you see, their predators. If there were predators in their region or in their area, they would evolve and grow wings and be able to fly above ground instead of just walking around on ground. And it's the same. You could adapt that concept into our thinking. If you don't have some kind of pressure, right? Some kind of hardship, some kind of adversity around you, you too won't evolve. And you'll be like those birds just walking around when you're meant to fly. There's nothing wrong with walking. You and I are meant to walk. We're what is it, bipedal? I think it's bipedal or something like that. We're meant to walk, right? Mammals, bipedal mammals, we're meant to walk. But birds are meant to fly. You see the distinction? So having some adversity, but we're meant to walk, but we're meant to evolve. We're not meant to fly, but we are meant to evolve. So embrace the change. Don't be so afraid of the word change. And if you can't wrap your mind around embracing the word change, then use evolution, use evolve, embrace the word adaptation. Learn to adapt to your life is forever changing. Right now we're in COVID-19 times. We don't know how this thing's going to play out. So we have to learn how to adapt to current and changing conditions. Till next time, peace.